Connect to the FM. Radio has never been better.
What is up?
How are you doing?
This is the series show.
On the movie show.
I'm Sash.
My name's Ryan.
And we're changing things up today.
And you're watching the movie.
We're doing series.
Series
We
show.
decided, what the heck, man?
On
Let's do.
Active FM.
Let's do. We have done series like before in the past. We spoke
Series.
about. What did we do actually? I think we did Blacklist.
I remember that.
I'm sure we've spoken about Stranger Things, or we've said we must do
We
one
have.
on Stranger Things.
I'm sure we have done the
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
But today we decided to just focus on series, like to do a whole show on series. So
Because we all know you're watching, you binge watching.
yeah, binge watching.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan and I, are you a binge watcher? I'm not much of a binge watcher.
It has to grab me.
Yeah, I agree. But even then,
Yeah.
I don't binge watch it. And how I know that I don't binge watch it is because there's been a couple of times my mom and sister are binge watchers. They are solid binge watchers. Like, they amaze me at the speed that they can watch things at. But I think it's also I'm over analytical when it comes to films. They're just watching it to like enjoy it.
There's only two series in the whole history of series that has gripped me to the point where I have to binge watch. Yeah, and two
Okay,
of them,
they're on your
two of
list.
them are on my list.
Yeah. But I'll basically say to them, hey guys, I'm watching this series. So like it happened with The Crown. The Crown was one. Now The Crown has, at the time, season six people hadn't come out yet. And I was already on like season 5. Do you know, they caught up with me.
What do you mean they caught up with you?
They caught up with me. As in they started from season 1 and caught up with me.
Oh,
In fact,
I see.
as
what
of
you're saying.
today, I still haven't yet gotten to season 6 and they've both finished what has come out already.
Okay.
So I'm not a binge watcher. I watch slowly and
My wife is
yeah.
more the series watcher. In fact, to be honest with you, because I'm on the movie show and all of this stuff, you'd imagine that I'd watch a lot of television. I actually don't.
Yeah.
I watch movies purely for the movie show.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, yeah. And I have my list, you know
Yeah.
that weird list that we spoke about. But my problem with my list is if I don't feel like watching that movie right now, I won't watch it.
yeah.
So
No, for me, my wife is more the series watcher. So she's the one that's like jumping between Disney Plus, Netflix. I promise you, we've jumped between platforms like so many times. Now we're going back to that one. But then while she's watching, something might grab me in.
yeah. But also what
And
I
then I'll
don't
watch.
enjoy doing is I don't enjoy watching more than one thing at once. So I think that's also why
Nope.
I'm a slow watcher.
No, I don't do
Because
that.
I don't watch different shows
Yeah.
and different things
Yeah.
and yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, so anyway. So we're going to do series recommendations. So series that we've watched and we would recommend for you to watch. Then we're going to do series that I've got a few that I would like to watch and I've heard good reviews and like ratings of it. And then we're going to look at series coming out in 2024 that we could possibly watch.
I've just got series that I've watched.
Okay, there we
Like
go.
I said, I'm not a movie. I'm not actually a
Movie.
sit in front. But if a series if it grabs me,
Then you know it's good. I wasn't. Okay, so I'll start off with this. Let's start off with this one. I was not a series person, like at all. I didn't like series until I watched this series. I was not into series. I didn't get series. I didn't want series. I was movies. People would come and be like, "Oh, you're a series or movies person?" And I was like, "I'm a movie person." Like, no, there's no.
we want a beginning, we want an end.
Yeah, like
Within
also
2 hours.
because my issue with series is eventually sometimes I feel like they're just dragging it
Yeah.
and they're bringing in dumb problems just because they want to keep you watching it. And there's this whole like playing with the audience in that you make something so crazy happen that everyone now has to watch it. I don't
Exactly.
enjoy that.
Yeah.
For me, that's not entertaining. It's not artistic. It's irritating. I feel like it's the equivalent
Yeah.
of a sales call. Literally, I feel like that.
I'd like to know how many of our listeners actually feel the same way. Do you feel that way? Do you feel exactly that way? You're like, yep, you know exactly when they're gonna drag
Yeah.
you into the next. They're
Yeah.
like, they just did that because they want us to watch the next
Yeah.
one. And I really want to go to bed because it's really late. But I have to watch the next one. I just want to see what's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen? Yeah. So the first series, the series that I watched and I was like, this series I like was Stranger Things. Stranger Things blew my mind. I love Stranger Things. And I think it was first of all, what the Duffer Brothers have done from a storyline perspective, I don't think it's that whole sales call pitch thing. They really, the way they, and I think one of the best things to do with a series is to have the whole multiple storylines running and then they all come together, which is exactly what Stranger Things does, and it does it so perfectly because you have the kids, you have the adults, and you have the teenagers, and as the seasons have gone on, the groups have kind of like split up differently. But I really, really, really enjoy it. But the other thing I respect about it is that it's coming to an end with season 5. And the Duffer Brothers have said we could go further, but we're not going further, which I respect because, and I feel like it's also, the Duffer Brothers started in film. And I think that's also possibly why they've gotten it right, is because they're not on this whole, but if you have not watched Stranger Things, I would personally highly recommend that you watch Stranger Things. The language, there is language. It's there, but it's not terribly bad. Oh, that's the other thing, actually. I think it's one of the reasons me and you don't often watch series. Series is a lot more, first of all, explicit. The amount of nudity that you find in series, or that you can't, it's very difficult to find a series with no nudity. And then secondly, the language in series can be a lot worse.
It's really taken.
Yeah, like from a films still have almost like a moral standing. I don't know if it's because they released in cinemas, so I don't know what the reason is or what the cause is, but like series, and obviously it also depends on what you watch, but I just find generally it's very difficult to find series that don't have nudity and don't have language in them. Yeah. But so with Stranger Things, there is a bit of language. And then in terms of nudity, I know in season 1 there was obviously that whole thing with Nancy and Steve, but other than that, it's a pretty I'd say that the most is season 4 got a bit horror vibes, but it was still cool.
I stopped at 3.
Yeah, Ryan stopped at 3.
And that's just because...
Why?
It wasn't because of the Stranger Things. It was because at that point, there was a thing going on with Netflix, and we cancelled our Netflix account.
And then that was it.
And we're back with the Netflix.
Okay, Ryan, so you need to watch Stranger Things. I dare you. Just start it again. Just do it, Ryan. Be ready for season 5.
I need to finish 3. Yeah. So the first series that gripped me, like it gripped me, was The Blacklist. Then we finished watching it. We got up to a point. I think it was season 4, and then we were waiting for season 5. Then I lost interest, and then we started watching again, and we were like, okay, this is good. But then what it started feeling like is, you know how they get a donkey to keep going forward? They put the carrot in front of the and like the donkey never gets the carrot.
Yep.
Because like they bring out certain like plots, and then they'll have a closure in the plot. You'll be like, okay, all right, so now we know who Reddington is. And then the very next one you watch, it's like, no, that's not who Reddington is.
Just like
and you're like, oh, I'm not going around like this. Like so eventually then eventually, I lost interest.
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah. The concept of Blacklist was very clever, but you do have to bring it to an end.
1, 2, 3, I would say even 4 was like, okay. But it like gripped you because you wanted to know who Reddington was, and you're finding out the one series that I did that I loved, and it came to an end, all right? So in other words, the whole plot, the whole big plot of the whole series came to a conclusion. And then I remember they released one more season where they kind of went, just a little bit further, like they just went somewhere else with it because now that the plot. And for me, this is how The Blacklist should have been, and it was The Mentalist. So we watched The Mentalist, we found out who the person was, and then like there was closure. And then after that, there was it was just in the life of,
Yeah.
And then it finished.
Yeah.
And then it finished. And then it was the end. And we were like, yeah.
Another one that did, okay, this one didn't get it right though. This one actually wasn't on my list, but I remembered it now. You speaking about it is one called Castle. What Castle was about was very clever. It was all about this author that wrote like murder mystery novels or like crime detective novels, and he goes to the NYPD, a precinct, and he asked to follow them, to shadow them on cases for ideas, for inspiration. Did you watch that? I did.
Because I've actually got that in here. There it is, right there.
And then he falls in love with the captain.
Yeah.
And I think and her mom was murdered, so there was this whole, and every episode was a new case, so that was nice. But then there was also this underlying like like who murdered her mom.
Yeah.
But I felt like once and then obviously they were romantically involved, but once they got together, I kind of felt like it just went whack from there. And we didn't actually finish. I didn't finish. I don't know what happened.
My mom was busy watching that.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Castle was very good. I did enjoy these two. I remember from my childhood. I didn't watch them properly though because it was television, satellite television. But CSI, I enjoyed CSI. I'd often watch like CSI Miami.
Yeah.
CSI was very good, and Criminal Minds, very good. Those two, yeah. But obviously those are in the whole crime detective whole vibe. Yeah.
The author in Castle, it was in another series that we used to watch called The Rookie.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, we really loved The Rookie, but there were only like 2 seasons, and we were like, now we're gonna wait. And then when she saw this guy in Castle, we're like, yay! But Rookie as well, very good, brilliant. There were some episodes where you're just like, huh?
Yeah.
Like what? But why?
Why? Yeah.
Kind of thing. But also very good. So we're still waiting for more seasons. Guys, where's the seasons on that one? I think that one was either on Prime or Netflix. I couldn't 100% remember. But
yeah. I'm actually watching a series at the moment. I can't, I'm going to say what it is. I can't recommend it yet because I'm still watching it. It's called Billy the Kid, which is based on, the outlaw Billy the Kid. Yeah. So, and the reason I started watching it was because of Tom Blythe, who is the actor in the new Hunger Games film. So that's why I actually started watching it.
Funny.
The language, it's not terribly bad. There are swear words though. And I mean, he's Irish, and there's people that are Irish, and the Irish can be very colorful.
They'll make them angry.
Yes, and then there has been nudity. It's not like sometimes but it's still there, it's still there.
Yeah.
I'm almost at the end of season 1, but one of the things that really impacted me about this series is the shots. It's so they've got when you can see the lens and it does that radial like blur. They've got a lot of like shots like that. Yes, and it's MGM, which is the production company that has the lion.
Right.
Yeah. That's the and the acting's also very good. And what's weird is that I feel like this series doesn't really have a big name. The only reason I know about it is because of the actor, but and it's Western, so it is something. It's something different to watch, and yeah. But for me, so I'd say my top 4 series is Stranger Things. The second one for me is Sherlock Holmes, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yes,
that one is so good. There's only I think 3 seasons in total. And there's only like 3 or 4 seasons, and there's only 3 episodes
but they're
per.
long, right?
They are long.
Yeah.
They are long. But that series is so good. It really is so good. And the fact that they ended it, they could have actually continued. They didn't have to end it, but they ended it. And when you, but that's. I have never ever the villain in the last episode freaked me out. I've never felt so unsettled by a villain. I literally felt like...
Oh, that's good.
That was really good. Then for me, the other one I have mentioned is Silo. So Silo, I watched because of Rebecca Ferguson. I saw her posted on Instagram, and I was like, oh, okay, let me try it. And that thing, when it grips you, like you just watch it to like... That it gripped me. Silo is very good. Season 1's come out. Season 2 they've renewed it for season 2, but it's been delayed. It was delayed by the actors' strike, so I don't think that will be coming out in 2024. But I really enjoyed Silo. Ryan, you need to watch Silo still.
Maybe I will have a look at that.
And then the other one that I really enjoyed is The Crown. So The Crown's really interesting. I'd say my favorite seasons would be the first one and maybe the third one. I haven't yet watched season 6, but and obviously season 6 now is the whole Diana. They go into when she dies, and then they start with Kate and William.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to end it after season 6. But The Crown is good, and the music to The Crown. The music to The Crown is So those I'd say are my top 4 series. Not that I'm a big series watcher, but for non-series watcher, try those. If you don't know where to start,
Start with those.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched The Good Doctor?
I've seen like an episode. That I did enjoy the episode that I saw.
We started watching. In fact, I think that's when we signed up with Netflix again, watching The Good Doctor. It was very good, but then eventually what happened is that it starts becoming less about Sean and more, I don't know, like they just started going other areas.
They need to end. Yeah. The problem with series is that they don't know how to end them.
Yeah.
And then it ends up going weird and
Well, it's the same with Suits. So Suits, when it was focused on the relationship of the
Harvey.
guy of Harvey and
Mike was his
and
name,
Mike.
Mike, yeah.
it was good. But then when Mike like left and it became less, and then of course then like I don't know where the swearing started, and then like for me that's when we lost, because I mean Suits started as the whole thing of Mike
Yeah.
and his whole
He's a lawyer that's not
he's a lawyer,
qualified. Yeah.
exactly. So but he was good because the way that he thought, blah blah blah, etc. And then like they kind of diverged from that type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one series that we did which is it's more like a reality kind of show, but there is a series. Have you ever watched The Masked Singer?
Mm-mm.
So this is brilliant, and we love this because what they would do is they would get celebs, but they would have to sing a song, but they would mask them. But each celebrity for that season would have a certain character, so a certain costume,
Okay.
and they would sing different songs. But they would sing a song, and then they would have certain judges who would have to guess who the celebrity is.
That's so cool.
And then if they got that celebrity, so in other words, when the season started, there was a lot of them, a whole lot of them, and the mask that they were in or the costume that they were in was a certain name, like the whatever, the Jazzy Turtle, and they would sing, they would have to guess, and if they guessed right, then the celeb would have to unmask
themselves.
No, sorry, they would sing, and then the way that the song was sung, they would get voted. And then whoever got the least score, there would be a chance for them to guess who the celeb was. And then if they guessed the celeb right, but before they sung, they would give clues about themselves. And then by the end of the season, whoever got the least points between all the performances would have to unmask themselves. And then the last celebrity to unmask themselves. But it wasn't just musicians. There would be actors. There were people that they once had Tony Hawk.
Oh, wow.
Tony Hawk, the skateboarder,
Yeah.
was a character, for example.
That is actually very cool.
There were a whole lot of celebs. You'd like what? You didn't even know that they would sing.
Yeah.
I remember the one season that we watched. I don't know if you ever watched Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
There's the one black guy that's
yes,
in there.
yes.
He won that season,
Oh,
but
crazy.
everybody always thought that it was some other celeb because he sounded just like
Yeah.
him.
I suppose that would have been unfair because he was so good at improv
He was.
that it makes sense that he
Yeah.
won that one.
You would never
That's very cool.
imagine.
Though. I actually want to check that out.
You would never imagine that those celebs could sing. I think this is available on Prime Video. I stand to be corrected, but we really enjoyed that. Yeah.
So, okay, I then have 2 others that I've watched, and then there's 3 that I want to watch. Yeah, I'm that person that has want to watch. So, I did watch the series Wednesday, which is the whole Addams
yes.
Family, came out on Netflix, and I did enjoy it. It had the whole cringy series vibe at times. I'll be honest, it did have that whole, when you're just like, when you can just tell you're watching a series. But I did enjoy it, and it was funny. There was dark humor, and yeah, it was an interesting watch. It was something different to watch as well, which I thought was quite nice. So that's on Netflix. And then another one. So I was actually told, or someone suggested this one to me, and I actually can't believe I finished it because it was ready. It was weird. And it's something I never would have picked for myself. Like, I never would have looked at it and gone, I'm going to watch this. The only reason I watched it was because of the recommendation.
Oh.
It's a series called Severance, and it's on Apple TV. Ryan is directed by Ben Stiller.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's very weird. I've never in my life watched anything like it. Like, honestly, every episode you watch it and I was just like, and even the comedic elements, it's funny, but you also like, this is weird funny. Like, so the start of the series, this guy's walking into, I'll give you like a very quick synopsis. So there's this procedure called severance. And what severance is, your work you and your outside you won't remember. There'll be a separation, in other words. So in other words, when you go to work, all you know is your work life. And then when you go home, you don't remember anything that happened at work. You only remember your outside life.
Wow.
So there's like 2 versions of you, in other words. So there's the outside you and the inside you. In fact, they call it your outie and your innie. They refer to it like that. But like the work space is weird. Like the way they just set it up, and you don't actually know you don't know what the company does. Like you don't actually know. So even by the end of season 1, you're not 100% sure what's going on. You're still trying to figure it out. But in the first episode, the main actor is walking to his office, but he has to walk through like quite a large, like the office, the actual building itself is very big, and there's a lot of like turns, but it's these white corridors, white lights, like there's nothing. And literally the camera follows him. I'm sure it was for like 45 seconds to a minute. The camera's just in front of him as he's walking. Like imagine that, right? A whole minute, a camera's in front of you and you're just walking. And you know it, like as the audience, and also the way he acts, that's what I'm saying. There's comedic,
Who's the main actor? Is
there's
it also
comedic elements, but it's like, you can't, I'll give you his name now. I never remember.
Good.
I think his name's Adam Scott, actually. But he does a lot of comedy.
I know
Adam Scott, yes. He's the main actor. It's very good though. And the plot twist, oh my goodness, the plot twist is insane. But yeah, that. And then the 3 series that I want to watch. So Netflix has just brought out a series called All the Lights We Cannot See. What's his name? Mark Ruffalo is in it. This one, it's based on World War II, I think. It's a drama, World War II. A blind French girl and a young German soldier's path collide during World War II. This looks very, very good, and I've heard a lot of good reviews from it. And it's one of the series I've been wanting to watch. Then Tour de France Unchained. So Tour de France Unchained, literally they follow the Tour de France and the different cyclists. And I actually did start watching that one. I just need to finish it up. But that was very interesting, the way so it's like almost reality TV, but obviously they're showing you the Tour de France. They're showing you the different people, so that's very cool. And then the other one that I want to watch that I've heard people say good things of is the Beckham series. So they literally made a series with David Beckham, on David Beckham. And I have seen a few clips on Instagram, but I want to watch the Beckham series. So those are the 3 series that are kind of like on my list that I'm like, I'm going to get there. Just have to finish Billy the Kid. You see,
right.
I don't watch multiple things at once.
So you've got a long list until 2030.
There we go. If you're ever bored, just go to the list and be like, what are we watching now? Yeah. And then, are you done with your list?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, series coming out in 2024. So Stranger Things season 5, people. Woo! Woo! See, Ryan, you need to...
Yeah.
And then Wednesday season 2. These are things I'll be watching. Then there's a series. This I found quite interesting. I don't know if I'll watch it. I probably will. You know the new Batman that came out with Robert Pattinson?
Yes.
So there's apparently a series called The Penguin coming out, which follows Colin Farrell's character.
Oh,
you know, he played Penguin.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's
Yeah,
packaging
yeah.
himself into the prosthetics, and he's taking on Gotham's greatest crime lord from the 2022 Batman, which is an HBO Max series that will explore his whole, which I think could be pretty cool. And Colin Farrell he's a good actor.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah. And then this series I've been waiting for, and I was so excited to see that it was coming out. So it's also on Apple TV Plus. So it's called Masters of the Air. It's coming out next year. It's got Austin Butler in it. It's got Barry Keoghan in it. And it's during World War II. Airmen risked their lives in the 100th Bomb Group, a brotherhood forged by courage, loss, and triumph. And that's coming out in Jan. There was a previous series called Band of Brothers that came out in 2001. I haven't watched it, but I think it's kind of like a follow-up from that. I don't think you have to watch Band of Brothers to watch it, but I'm very excited for Masters of the Air.
Austin Butler.
Yes, hence, yeah. I think I'm also a drama person, though, because if I look at most of the series I like, it's drama. The Crown, Masters of Air. Yeah, I'm a drama fan. Yeah. So if you have any series recommendations, please go on our YouTube channel and comment on this video. And we will definitely check them out, because we are the movie show after all, not the series show.
And I think other people will also like to check that out. So.
Yeah, so let us know what your favorite series are, what you're looking forward to, and we will...
And even say, you must see in capital letters, exclamation, and then...
And we shall...
Simpsons.
We shall come. Phineas and Ferb! Okay, wait. Phineas and Ferb has to be on this list. How can Phineas and Ferb not be on this list? Guys, Phineas and Ferb was solid. In fact, that was my first series that I watched. I take it back. Stranger Things didn't.
Serious?
It was Phineas and Ferb. Yeah. And The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. But Phineas and Ferb.
Very serious.
There we go. I'm a Disney kid. I grew up on Disney Channel. Yeah. So yeah, this has been the movie show, the series show. This has been the series show.
On the movie show.
Peace.